The last sort of organic compound we looked at was carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, of course, were covalent molecules made up of non-metals such as carbon, and carbon, of course, forms 4 bonds. Oxygen forms 2 bonds. Hydrogen forms 1 bond. And here, amino acids have nitrogen. Because here's the structure of an amino acid. So an amino acid, well, there's 2 parts to the name, amino, and here's an amino group. The amino group is NH2, and so we can write it as NH2 like that, or we can write it structurally like that. The other part is acid, and here's the acid part, COOH. This is called a carboxyl group, and a molecule with a carboxyl group on it is called a carboxylic acid, because it's got that. And what any acid does, if it's put into water, is immediately do this. There's the carboxyl group, COOH, and what will happen if you put it in water? It's an acid, it gives off that H+, takes it away, it's now gone off, increasing the concentration of H+, and therefore lowering the pH. And yeah, this is left because an H+ went away, there's an O- there. So, in a reaction, or if you just put it in water, that goes away, leaving a negative side there, a negative ion. The other side, the amino group, does a kind of similar thing. So here's our NH2 group, our amino group, and as we know, this forms a delta positive here, and this other hydrogen forms a delta positive, because hydrogen's electronegativity is ultra tiny, but nitrogen has a much greater electronegativity, so this part of it's going to be delta negative. Now, what happens is that we've given away our H+ here, but another H+ can join onto there, because it's attracted by the delta negative nitrogen. So it shows up much better on the model because it looks impossible to squeeze in the H+ there. But here it comes. There's a delta negative there. You can squeeze it into there. And so what that makes is a delta positive over here, a positive ion over here, and a negative ion over here. Now, this is when it's put in water. So when it is in water, let's rub all this out for the moment. It looks like this. So some diagrams, you'll see a COOH, but some diagrams, the one that shows what's happening in water and therefore in our body, you'll see the H+ gone and a minus left here, a negative charge. Some diagrams, you'll see an NH2 here, the amino group, but the ones that properly show what's going on in water will show it attracting another hydrogen ion here, therefore making a positive charge over here. So the amino acid is at the same time a base because it takes hydrogen ions out of solution, and an acid because it gives hydrogen ions to solution. Now you notice there's one bit we haven't talked about yet, and that's the R group, but we'll do that next video.